What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of our MLB Outlooks for the 2025 Major League Baseball season. Today, we have the St. Louis Cardinals. Last year, the Cardinals finished 83 and 79, tied for second place in the NL Central. And here's the thing with the Cardinals. Many insiders, many fans of the team, the ownership practically said, we are taking a step back this year. But here's the thing with them. I could totally see this team still winning from 75 to 80 wins because it's like the NL Central is just a very subpar division. I feel like it's a three-way race for third place right now. It's kind of the Pirates, the Reds, and the Cardinals fighting for third place. I still think the Brewers and Cubs are going to be the top two teams, but let's take a look at their free agent list really quick. Kyle Gibson, Lance Lynn still out there. I know there was talk of Lance Lynn possibly becoming a closer. Nothing has happened yet. Paul Goldschmidt does leave for $12.5 million to go play with the Yankees. Andrew Kitteridge goes to the Baltimore Orioles, 1 year, $10 million. Former Cardinal legend Matt Carpenter, legend as in Cardinals fans would say that, but he's really solid. However, he's still out there. Giovanni Gallegos is still a Dodger. He goes back there. That is minor league contract. So when I take a look at the starting lineup for opening day, it goes a bit like this: Mason Wynn, Lars Nootbaar, Wilson Contreras, Nolan Arenado, Brendan Donovan, Ivan Herrera, Alec Burleson, Jordan Walker, and Victor Scott II. The big story with the Cardinals this offseason was if Nolan Arenado was going to be back or not. They, of course, did not trade him. I thought he was going to be traded. There was the whole Houston Astros had a trade offer, and he used his no trade clause for there. I think there's a lot of things about the Boston Red Sox. That didn't happen because the Red Sox ended up going with Alex Bregman as a free agent instead of Nolan Arenado. Nolan Arenado is still a very good baseball player. He's still a very solid player. 743 projected OPS, 107 WRC+. He's going to be a WAR around 3.2, that is. He's not going to strike out much. He's not going to walk that much, however, 7% of the time. But striking out the least on the team, about 15%. Him and Brendan Donovan are those guys with the best plate discipline, definitely. And with Arenado, he's still going to hit you some home runs. He's still going to give you Gold Glove caliber play at third base. But if I was the Cardinals and they're trying to start this rebuild, they have the pieces already. I would have done my best to try to get him off the team just so I can get some more pieces in return. They did move on from a Paul Goldschmidt. They did not re-sign him. He would have probably taken too much money from what the Cardinals would have wanted to do with him. But Nolan Arenado, I am surprised he's still there. But at the same time, it's the Cardinals, so I'm not really surprised. But I feel like this was the story of the offseason. A lot of fans were expecting it. It doesn't happen. There were two teams mainly involved, the Astros and Red Sox. Nothing happens. I really, really like Mason Wynn. Man, oh man, does the NL Central have some really solid shortstop talent. Mason Wynn of the Cardinals can really throw a ball really quick. Ellie De La Cruz can sling a ball. O'Neal Cruz got moved to center field, but before that at shortstop, he could sling a ball. Mason Wynn is a really underrated baseball player. 718 projected OPS this year, 3.6 projected WAR, 101 WRC+. I think his OPS is going to be slightly higher than that. He's going to put up some nice exit velocity when it comes to fielding. He is a beast. I think he is the making of a great shortstop in the league. Lars Nootbaar, solid 3 projected WAR. Wilson Contreras, another solid guy, 2.2 projected WAR. Brendan Donovan, Ivan Herrera. They have some nice pieces in this lineup. Another big question, of course, is Jordan Walker. Really hyped up prospect. He kind of just hasn't really clicked in the majors from what people were expecting him to. Projected 729 OPS, 104 WRC+, 1.2 projected WAR. If there's anyone in this Cardinals team that needs to have a massive year, it is probably Jordan Walker. He needs to take the next step. So when I look at this rotation, it goes like this: Sonny Gray, Eric Fedde, Miles Mikolas, Andre Palante, and Steven Matz. I think it's a very solid rotation. However, it is a very old rotation. There's not a lot of young arms in this rotation. The youngest guy is Andre Palante at 26 and a half years old, 1.6 projected WAR, 393 projected ERA. The ace of this rotation is Sonny Gray. He is 35. Eric Fedde came over from the KBO last year, got traded from the White Sox to the Cardinals, 32 years old. He was another guy that people were thinking, will he get traded or not? Steven Matz, almost turning 34. Miles Mikolas, he's almost turning 37. It is a very old rotation that the Cardinals have. They're going to be very caliber arms to lead a rotation to make something happen possibly for the Cardinals. You got Sonny Gray, 3.42. Eric Fedde, a 4.21. Miles Mikolas projected 4.46, highest on the team when it comes to ERA. Andre Palante got a 3.93, and then Steven Matz with a 4.01. It's also not going to be a team that really has a lot of strikeouts. They don't really have a lot of flamethrowers in this rotation. The highest projected strikeouts per 9 is Sonny Gray at a 9.5. Other than that, a lot of like 6s and 7s. So when I look at this rotation, it is very good. I mean, it's not very good, but it's like it's a decent rotation to use that. There's nothing bad about it. It's just not really lighting the world on fire. Like overall with this bullpen, it is clearly Ryan Helsley's 2.92 projected ERA, 1.5 WAR, one of the best relievers in all baseball last year, 35 projected saves. Matthew Liberatore is going to get some time in the closer role as they project, along with Ryan Fernandez, and honestly a Phil Maton. They have him projected at 1 save, but it is Ryan Helsley's bullpen to command. I mean, the Cardinals have a solid bullpen. I think it's very underrated. I do like Matthew Liberatore, Ryan Fernandez. Like I already said, Jojo Romero, I like him. And John King as well also. Those guys all projected below a 4 ERA. And still, Phil Maton, a 4.21. 4.13 from Chris Roycroft, and Kyle Leahy gets a 4.27. So honestly, there's not a lot of bad names in this bullpen that aren't expected to have bad seasons. If anything, maybe the front end with a Chris Roycroft and Kyle Lee with the walk rate per 9 kind of scares you with 4 or 3. But when it looks at the other guys, it's like this bullpen could be kind of solid. It's just limiting the walks. So that's it for the Cardinals. Thank you all for watching this video. Thank you also for helping us get to 300 subscribers. It means a lot. Now we start the road to 400. We're also almost done with this series, so make sure to click the playlist on the screen to catch up with any other team, or if you missed your favorite team already that we've gotten to. Make sure to like the video and comment down below your thoughts on the Cardinals. Thank you all for watching. Have a good one.